Hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. Just give me a second to check if we are live in all the places we are supposed to be live. So let's check. Let's us check my Facebook page. Yeah, it seems it's all working. So we just need to give Facebook a moment for all of you to find me. And I hope some of you are coming today, and we will have like a great time talking about what to do to stop overthinking and over worrying and stop ruminating about the past, because this is actually what really drains our energy out and steals our zest of life, really. So before we dive into this, just a reminder, because we have so many things going on over the next 2 weeks, really. So on Tuesday, we are having a breathing circle. So this is Tuesday, 8 p.m. Dublin time. This is a beautiful opportunity to have like an evening of slowing down, relaxing, going inwards, reconnecting to your heart and soul. So this is our monthly event, and you will get an email about it tomorrow. So if you are on my email list, please be sure to check your email, because all of these emails unfortunately sometimes just go to spam, a promotion folder, and you just miss them. So keep an eye off on your inbox tomorrow for the email about the breathing circle. And also, if you are not on my list, just let me know in the comments or just send me a private message and I can add you to the list. So there's one thing that's happening this week. Then on Thursday, for the members of the inner circle, we have CC Regan coming with her amazing workshop, Journaling for Self-Love. That is going to be a treat. We had to wait for it a bit longer than expected, but it is happening this Thursday. And then the following week, we are starting our 3-day self-love retreat. So if you are here today, if you are watching this, if you have an issue with overthinking, with worrying too much, with ruminating about the past, you need to be there. You need to be on our self-love retreat, because I will take you through a process that will help you extremely to regain your freedom and to regain your peace of mind. So if you're not signed up yet, there is a link above this video. Click it and join us. And once you click it, be sure to join the Facebook group, because all of the good stuff will be happening in the Facebook group. So it's essential for you to be there. Okay, so these were the announcements. I can see some of you are here already, so welcome again. Please say hi in the comments. Say live if you're watching this live. Say replay if you're watching this if you're watching the recording. I always go through all the comments, so please stay in touch. Hi, Beata. So good to see you here. Hi, happy Sunday. All right, so we will be all about overthinking and all about, worrying too much, all about ruminating, which is just going in your head over and over again over the past conversations or situations that you might have had. All of these moments, hi Tara, good to see you here. All of these moments when your thoughts don't allow you to, sleep peaceful at night, be really focused during your days, be available for people you love most, and they generally just steal your peace of mind and zest for life. Hi, Sunita. Hi, Sunita. Hi, Doris. Good to see you all. Okay, so today, as I said, I will take you through like 3 steps that are essential to get a bit more freedom here, but we are just getting a glimpse of the whole process. The whole process we will cover it, we will dive deep into it on the self-love retreat, just because we need a bit more time for it. But today, I'm sure you will get a taster at least. So, overthinking, ruminating, worrying too much about future, about people you love. This is probably number 1 complaint that I get from my clients. It happens to all of us. So please let me know in the comments if just give us yes if it happens to you too. And if it feels right for you, just let us know what is your main struggle. How does this overthinking or general negative thoughts or worrying, how does it happen in your own life? In what way do you struggle with that? Yes, Sunita says yes, and Bada says yes, because this is so common. So the problem with that is that it usually feels like this is beyond our control. Yes, so it might feel like this is happening to you, so to say, yes, and no matter how hard you try, you're not able to stop it. And it doesn't feel nice, right? So what is the first thing that we usually do when this is happening? Tara says, if I can't sleep, I get ambushed by them. Yes, yeah, we are very vulnerable, yes, when we wake up in the middle of the night. All of our tools just seem to be not there in place for us to use them. So, when this happens and we feel like it is beyond our control, we are not in charge of what's happening, we very instinctively try to stop these thoughts. Yes, we try to get rid of them. We try to talk ourselves out of them, or we try to force ourselves to relax and just listen how it sounds. Yes, we try to force ourselves to relax, or quite commonly we try to distract ourselves, yes, and just get engaged with something else. But often, or maybe not even often, but always, the more we resist, the more we fight, the more we try to get rid of these thoughts, the stronger they get. So in a way, you get in a situation when you try to push them out and get rid of them, and they very strongly try to push back their way into your awareness. So that's very frustrating, right? And there's a lot of uncomfortable emotions coming as a result of that. So you usually, get quite annoyed with the whole situation. You get quite annoyed with yourself for not being able to do anything here. You might even feel guilty. You might feel helpless as a result. So it's like a vicious circle, yes? So now you have to deal not only with the negative thoughts, you have to deal with all these emotions as well. Yes, and Bada says headaches and anxiety. Yes, yeah, anxiety is a great example here. Yes, the more we think about something which is kind of negative or challenging, simply, the more anxiety comes up to the surface. As Sunita says, I want to cry. Exactly. These are all emotions that are coming as a result of overthinking or worrying. So So you see, like the more you push, the more they push back in a way. Uh, and this is like a normal way our nervous system works. Yes. So if I just a little example, if I tell you, do not think about pink elephant right now. Please do not think about pink elephant. What happens like in your mind? There is pink elephant, yes, the image of the pink elephant coming straight away. So this is how your nervous system, how your brain works. Feeling hopeless, exactly, feeling lost. Yes, this is all the result of this vicious circle going over and over again. So, as always, and I'll be encouraging you to do this over and over again. The first thing to do is always to stop fighting. The first thing is always to stop resisting. Like, no peace is possible, never ever, as long as you fight, as long as you wage a war against parts of yourself that you don't like. So, this is the first step always, just to stop fighting and to stop resisting. And I promise you, there is enough space available for all of your thoughts, for all of your emotions, for all the sensations in the body. There is enough space for all of them. You don't have to get rid of any of that. So, this is the most important thing here. And now let's go through 3 steps how to do that, because it sounds nice, doesn't it? But quite often we have just no idea how to do this. So the first thing to do is to start paying attention and to catch yourself as soon as possible. Because for many of us, overthinking or worrying or ruminating is a like long-standing habit. We are so used to it that we no longer pay attention to it. We just notice it when it is like in full swing and we are all wind up and emotional and stressed and, as you said, anxious, wanting to cry, feeling hopeless or lost. This is when we notice that something is off here. But actually, if you start practicing and if you set an intention for yourself that you don't want to engage in all this anymore and start paying attention, you will be able to catch yourself much, much, much sooner. And with all of these things like overthinking or worrying, yes, they are like a snowball. So it might all start with a little snowball, like the kind you play snowballs with. But then if you roll it on a snowy ground, and it grows into a huge, huge, huge ball. Yes, that it's very difficult to stop it then. So it's like it might all start with, an innocent thought, a tiny bit of self-doubt, some second guessing, some little worry about something. But then, if you have the habit of engaging with it, of allowing it to grow, it can grow into a huge, huge, huge monster. And then it feels like, of course, you have like no control over it. But you can practice and you can learn how to stop yourself sooner. And there is another thing here that I want to mention. For some of us, we are so used to doing this that not only we do not notice what's going on until it's too late, but we also kind of identify with it. So I hear so often like women saying, "Oh, I'm a worrier," as if worrying was, some kind of like integral part of them, like worrying was their nature. Well, it never is. It's just a learned behavior. Hi, Kay. Hi, Kay. So happy you're with us here today. Uh, it's a learned behavior. It is just the way your nervous system found a while ago to cope with the challenges of life. And then it repeated it and it practiced it. So now it's kind of automatic. It's just your go-to strategy to cope with the challenges of life. And also, I'll come back to this in a moment. Quite often, it's a way to cope with uncomfortable emotions because for some reason you learn that it's easier to engage or less painful to engage with your thinking than to face the emotions, which is another false belief, which is very, very common. So, this first step is always to catch yourself as quickly as possible and try to do something. And we will try to do the steps that we are going to discuss in a moment as soon as you notice the first signs. This will give you much more chances of being successful and breaking this vicious circle. So, step number two. Step number two starts with a reminder that your whole nervous system, all of your thoughts, all of your emotions, all of your body sensations are always on your side. Even the things you don't like about yourself or about the way your system works, they are also on your side. All of your habits, even those which are not very healthy, all of your autopilots, all of your addictions, even, all of your overthinking, worrying, overreacting, smoking, drinking, overeating, whatever. It is all just a way your nervous system learned to use to help you cope with whatever is happening in your life. So it's not that your nervous system, it's not that your thoughts or emotions or sensations in your body, they are not trying to be mean to you. They are not trying to make your life harder. And they are not stupid and they are not random. There is a reason for all that. And of course, all of these thoughts or emotions or behaviors might not serve you very well, but the intention behind them is really good. And there is always a reason why you're doing them. So I would really like you to take a moment to take it in. And if you believe what I'm saying right now, if you have experienced this, or if this is not new for you, just allow yourself to feel it. And if you feel like, wow, I'm not sure about that one, and imagine what would it feel like if you really believed that your mind, that your heart, that your body, that your soul are always on your side. Just take a breath in and just feel or imagine how it would feel if you knew deeply inside that your mind, your body, your heart, your whole nervous system were always on your side. We're doing best to keep you well and to keep you safe. And just let me know what it feels like in the comments. Just let me know whether you're able to feel it and whether there is at least a tiny sigh of relief coming with becoming more aware of this. So when I say there's always a reason, yes, there might be many different reasons. Goosebumps, yes, exactly. Goosebumps are a beautiful sign that something is sinking really, really deep. Thanks, Kimberly. Yeah, that feels right. Exactly. So if you find the reason, if you're able to find the reason why you engaging in your overthinking or worrying or ruminating, that's very helpful. That's not always necessary, but that helps. So, sometimes, just to give you most common examples, sometimes we believe very subconsciously, of course, that by worrying about something, we kind of prevent bad things from happening. Sometimes we believe that if we prepare ourselves for the worst case scenario, yes, if we go in our head through all these terrible things that might happen, then at least nothing will surprise us. Or it's very common when we do something that feels wrong, like we did something wrong and we feel guilty about it, then we have the tendency to go over it in our head, like over and over again, just to punish ourselves. So it's kind of our subconscious way of making things right. Unfortunately, because there is like no clear end to this punishment, yes, we kind of don't know when it is enough, and it can go on, sometimes for years even, this self-inflicted punishment. So yes, finding a reason why you engaging in overthinking or worrying, excessive worrying about your loved ones or about future helps. As I said, not absolutely necessary, just helpful. But what I really would like you to do here in this step 2 is see what is the emotion that is behind your thinking. So there is this, underlying reason that you might find out or not, but there is always an immediate emotion that is behind your overthinking. So your overthinking or your worrying is always a way to mask an emotion that is kind of difficult to cope with. So it might be it is always not really possible to stop to cope with, to get in charge of your thinking, unless you get in touch with the emotion that is beneath it. So I'll give you just an example, because maybe with an example it's all much clearer. So I was working with a client recently, and let's say her name was Rita. Of course, it was different, but let's say her name was Rita, and Rita was really worried about her adult daughter. So she couldn't sleep at night. She was overthinking, she was worrying, she was really all stressed out about her daughter. Now, her daughter was born with a severe illness, and she was sick from the moment she was a little baby. At the time we were working with Rita, like, her daughter was an adult. She was an independent woman. She was her disease was like well taken care of. She was on medication. Of course, she would have a relapse from time to time, but generally she was doing quite well. And at that time, she was starting her first job. And Rita was extremely worried, thinking about, oh God, what will happen if she gets a relapse? What will happen if she's not able to cope? What will happen if people are not nice to her? All of the things that, we usually think when we are worried about our loved ones, especially about our children, yes? So she was all sick with this worry, going into all kinds of different scenarios in her head. What if this? What if that? And so on and so on. So I'm sure you can easily imagine what emotion was underlying all of these worries. Yes, there was plenty of anxiety there, of course. So, as always, we took as much time as we needed for Rita to be with this anxiety, to feel the anxiety, to embrace it, to make space for this anxiety. And as you do this, with any of your emotions, they always shift and change. And you are somehow able to dive deeper because they always come in different layers. So, and that was like amazing what happened here. So when Rita really allowed herself to dive into her anxiety, to switch from thinking about it to feeling it in her emotions and very much in her body, she came across a different emotion. And this different emotion was guilt. And what turned out was that Rita has been carrying this guilt almost from the moment her daughter was born. She kind of blamed it on herself that she brought into life this imperfect baby, that she created all this suffering and struggle for her daughter. She took it all on her, and there was a lot of guilt there. So, of course, we had to make space and embrace and be with this guilt so that she can release it and kind of let go of that. And whenever so this was a huge release and a huge change straight away. But then you can dive a bit deeper even and see what is the need beneath the emotion. We have like 4 major needs. The first one is the need for being separate, which is a deeper one. So for the sake of working with overthinking, you can focus on the 3 other. So the need for safety, survival, the need for approval, and the need for control. So as you may imagine, for Rita, it was very much the need to control. She was so used to controlling things in her daughter's life since she was like a tiny baby, because that was necessary for her survival, yes, for her health, for her wellness. So this need to control was coming up to the surface very strongly as her daughter was becoming more and more independent. So, again, time, space, embracing and letting go of the need to control. And another interesting thing that we found out there was the need for approval. Because the need for approval is a tricky one. It's not always that we seek approval from other people. Quite often we seek approval from ourselves. And that was the case for Rita. She was really trying to get her own approval that she was a good mom. And that was connected to this guilt, like, so kind of in order to make up for this bringing this imperfect girl into the world, she was trying to prove to herself that she at least can be a good mom for her. Can you see how it all works? So, and you can imagine what happened like very easily once Rita realized what was happening for her, and once she released this anxiety, this guilt, this need for control and for getting her own approval, while she saw her daughter in a completely different perspective. Yes, so she saw that her daughter was an amazing young woman, that she was doing well, that she was capable, that she was strong, that she was resilient, and she could be for her like in a totally different way. And then also she was able to release herself, to let herself off the hook and start being really proud of herself as a mom. So Please let me know in the comments whether this makes sense for you, because this is really the core of what we are talking about here. Yes, that beneath all of the overthinking, all of the worrying, there are emotions and there are needs. And as long as you avoid looking them like right into the eyes, it's very difficult to manage the thoughts that are in your head. Yes, thank you, Bud. I'm delighted. It makes sense for you. So, so this is something we will dive much deeper into the self-love retreat at the beginning of February, because there are easy tools, there are easy strategies that you can use to go through the whole process. And during the retreat, we of course will use it in a bit different way, or for a bit different purpose, to help you let go of anything that stands in the way of you falling in love with you and becoming your own best friend. Okay, so I want you to get just one more taster. So I'll share with you what helped me to kind of make this releasing part a bit easier. So I used to be like totally like scared of flying. I used to get so anxious on a plane, and it took me a while, to work my way up to here when I'm quite comfortable getting on a plane and flying. But remember when when the plane is just preparing to take off, they tell you to sit back. They tell you first. They tell you all the safety things, yes, and they tell you, the duration of the flight and all blah blah blah, and then they tell you to sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight. So that was for me like, wow, what's that about? How is that even possible? I was so far from sitting back, relaxing, and enjoying my flight, but at the same time, I knew that for the majority of people sitting with me on the plane, it was like a normal thing, that's what they do. They just sit back, relax, and enjoy their flight. So let me know if you remember this moment, and whether you like flying or you don't like flying, and whether you can feel it the moment they say it, that you're actually able to do this. So I wasn't obviously able to do that, but I kind of start to experiment and imagine at the start what it would feel like to be able to just allow everything to be the way it is, relax and enjoy it. Because plane is a great example, because you have no control there. It's it's just the pilot doing their job. It's the plane doing its job. It's the weather. Sometimes it's quite smooth, sometimes it's bumpy, sometimes you got turbulences on the way, but it's all beyond you. You can either get all wind up, resist, or try to carry the whole plane on your shoulders, or you can relax, enjoy, and just observe what's going on. And like, it's the same thing. You can do the same thing with your thoughts, with your emotions, with the sensations in the body even. You can allow them to be there, and at the same time, you don't have to be totally immersed in them. You can just let them be, detach yourself a bit, and let them flow like clouds on the sky. You are not your thoughts, you are not your emotions, you are not the sensations in your body. You are much, much bigger. They are like clouds, you are like the sky. So this is what we will practice much more during the retreat. Yes, just this relaxing into being the sky and allowing all the clouds to flow easily. Yes, looking forward to that, says Tara, and Sylvia says, well put it. Yes, thank you, Sylvia. Good to see you here. So I hope this gives you a glimpse into what is possible, because it is very possible to break this vicious circle and to stop this habit of overthinking, of excessive worrying, of ruminating about the past, and reclaim your freedom. So anytime you catch yourself doing it again, just ask yourself, would I rather have this or would I rather be free? And I think the answer is obvious for all of us. So let me know how it all resonates with you. Let me know what's your biggest takeaway from this week's Self-Love Sunday chat. I'm really curious how it landed with you. And please check your inbox tomorrow. There'll be an email about the breathing circle. I hope you can join me on Tuesday evening for an hour of beautiful breathing, relaxation, a bit of journaling, and just being together. And then I hope to see all of you on the self-love retreat on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd February. Thank you very much for today. Have a beautiful Sunday, and I hope to see you really soon. Bye for now. Bye bye.